Hi guys, welcome back to Between the Sticks podcast. We're here with Callum again.
Hi guys, hope you're all well.
So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a football review. So we're going to be going through the season thinking what teams have been in form, what teams haven't, who might win the league and all the other competitions. So enjoy guys.
So, coming into the season, Cam, obviously you're a Liverpool fan, I'm a United fan. I think we should at least start with them two teams first. Let you go first. How do you think your season is? What you think's going to be happening with it?
Obviously,
yeah, go on.
Yeah. The main vocal point is our defence. Obviously, our two big centre-backs have been out.
Yeah.
But even still, the team just hasn't looked to form. The bigger players like Salah, the main front three, they've been playing well as sort, but it's just not clicking as it was last season.
Yeah.
I think it just comes down to like the confidence. Obviously, like Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, they've not had the seasons like they have in previous years. So it's just one of those, isn't it? It's because all the teams not together. I think the confidence just went from that, and then they haven't just quite recovered from it, and all the losses, and losing the home record and stuff like that. It's just all building up.
Yeah, I think as controversial as it sounds, I don't agree with the whole thing about injuries and stuff like that. Because I think like even City, they haven't had Aguero for a good couple of months now. But I do think losing Van Dijk, who's as influential as he is, I think you could have had Van Dijk in there without Joe Gomez, and you still would have been all right. It started season, it was scary Liverpool because as bad as they weren't. Well, they weren't bad, but they definitely weren't as good as they were last year. But they were still getting results.
Yeah,
and that was a scary thing for the league. That, but I think it was Graham Souness said like there's always been signs there this season. Like when you look at the Aston Villa game at start of season. Now I can't say anything because we got beat by Tottenham 6-1. That like, but then obviously you men got beat 7-2, but that was with Van Dijk starting. Your midfield was at full strength, you had the same front three up top, so it's always been there.
It's one of those, isn't it? It's like other leagues like NBA and stuff like that. When the big teams, once they get found out, that's it then.
Yeah.
But obviously, with Liverpool, because we push our wing-backs, our full-backs so much forward, there's always space there, and it's just time to recover. Yeah. And if teams are pressing more and bringing more players forward, it's just hard to defend against.
I think the thing with that is as well, it's like in a season like this one where there's like you'll play like 2-3 games in the space of like a week and a half. Trent and Robertson just can't be running back and forth up that pitch constantly as good as they were. Like I know the footy plays, but fatigue will set in eventually. During games and that.
I think another thing is like the defenders, like so much is relying on like the two centre backs to defend as well, and you have like the CDM that'll come back, but it's just if you're struggling so much with defending, I don't get why we're pushing so much forward. They should like change it around that.
Yeah.
So like the fullbacks, Trent and Robertson, they should try and defend more. I know Trent's not the best at defending, but he's better at passing wise.
Oh yeah.
But maybe just hold them back a little bit more and like. But then again, if you do that, then you're losing the attacking focus.
Yeah. I think there's like, because obviously there's been a big thing around like you won obviously the Champions League the year before, you won the Premier League last year, but you haven't brought anyone in really, any like big names. And I think that's probably one of the things, you've not really freshened the squad up. It's the same squad for the last 2 years, and it's just a case of you've not got anything new in there, have you? So it's not like it's just the same team week in, week out. Isn't down to Klopp, something must be going on above board because you think if you've won Champions League at least and then the Prem, the money you'd get in a reward for that would be incredible.
Yeah.
I saw the other day.
I think it's more to do with like Klopp's side. Like he's probably not wanting to sign the bigger players, because he feels like he's already got them. It could be that, but just one of those, isn't it? Like if you've got a team that's won the Champions League year before, won the Premier League, you don't really see much improvement as such.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's players that can be replaced. There's players that you can obviously get better and try and thingy. But obviously, in his mindset, he might just be thinking, "We've won Champions League year before. We've improved, won Premier League."
Obviously, there's talks around there's a lot of clubs surrounding Declan Rice from West Ham. Whether he'd leave or not, I'm not sure. But I saw the other day that Liverpool aren't put off by the 200 million price tag for Kylian Mbappe. Apparently they've got in touch with it's all rumours, but apparently they met up with him on or something like that, or they've spoke to his agent and said that they're still willing to pay that price tag. Do you reckon he'd be a good fit for you, or do you reckon they should spend that 200 mil across the park?
No, I reckon a signing like that. Obviously, you've seen it in the Barcelona game on. I think it was the weekend. It was the week, wasn't it? Sorry.
Week, yeah.
But it's a player like that can change your team. Like he can make something out of nothing. Just his pace, just for one, against teams like in the league that's not got the defence cope with such pace.
Yeah.
And you've got Mane, Salah, and then you put Mbappe in the mix. But it's just one of those. It depends how the defence goes. If Van Dijk's fully fit, if Joe Gomez comes back fully fit, maybe they have to spend so much more money on a proper defender rather than just these fill-in replacements.
No, because the thing is with Mbappe is you don't want to wish well on anyone. You don't want to wish anything bad on someone's career and everything, But the thing that puts me off with Mbappe, is when he was at Monaco, he had a chance to come to the Prem.
Yeah.
And he didn't take it. He went to PSG, which, in all fairness, League One compared to the Prem.
Yeah, it's his hometown team though as well. I think that's probably what swayed it.
Yeah, because I think that's what separates the likes of Ronaldo from Messi, from a lot of players, because he left to come to the Prem at such a young age and still won trophies. He won Ballon d'Or. Yeah. He's done it everywhere he's gone, sort of thing. But do you still think it'd be a good signing if they got him?
Obviously, it would be a massive signing. Like I said, a player like that can change any team.
Yeah.
No matter what you put him in, he'll change the team. But like I said, I think if you've got to look at first if the defenders come back fit and healthy, because that's the main focal point at the minute. They need to get someone bigger in than just these. I know they signed a few, but they're just filling replacements because when your bigger players come back, obviously they'll just go to the bench.
Yeah. So because I think it's safe to say it's been a bit of a disappointing season so far. I don't mean to sound like a dick though, you're still in Champions League. Obviously, you beat Leipzig. Was it 2-1? 2-0?
Yeah. Yes.
But obviously, table now at the minute you're sixth, but you are playing today. You've got Merseyside derby today against Everton, who were 3 points behind you in seventh.
Yeah,
Confident?
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those. Obviously, the derby games, it just all goes out the window. It's the same in any sport. But the form Everton they've been on all right form recently. Everton. I know they lost last week, but
it was against.
It's just one of those, isn't it?
Good City side.
Fulham won it.
Yeah.
They lost against Fulham, yeah.
But
obviously, both teams are in that sort of form where they can just bounce back, and obviously this is a game where it's a must-win for Liverpool, and same with Everton really. So it'll just be an interesting battle.
Be good to see because it won't be good to see for a United standpoint, but for you, man, because if you're only 2 points behind West Ham and Chelsea, who are 5th and 4th, so you're still thereabouts for Champions League next year. Do you think you'll get Champions League, and if not, what do you reckon will be the case?
No, I think we'll still be in the top four. Obviously, my prediction for the top four would probably be City winning the league.
Yeah.
Probably use men behind them second, Leicester third, us fourth.
I think the worst part is
it's just one of those. I don't see Chelsea finishing in top four.
I think the worst thing is it's with the table now. It's just I don't think it's an achievement to finish second this year because like Man City have run away with the league. You know, they're 10 points ahead of us and Leicester who are joint on second and third. I just don't. It's like when Mourinho was at United and he said his greatest achievement with this team was finishing second, and we're nowhere near. You know, we're nowhere near first place. Like it's kind of like
it's one of those though. You can't take
it.
anything away from. Yeah, you can't take anything away from City because they started off pretty badly.
No,
they wasn't the best when they started the season.
No, yeah.
So fair play.
They're on a big run at the minute, aren't they? And they just seem to be winning.
Yeah.
Like, you know, as close as it gets, they'll just seem to be pulling results out at bag. But then again, they have got they've got the City on Sunday, so hopefully Arsenal can pull off a shock result there and help everyone else out.
Yeah.
Because Arsenal need a big result.
I think it's the thing with City at the minute. It's like unlikely players that you think wouldn't really step up as much. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like Gundogan.
Yeah.
And Foden, obviously.
That fault. I watched the Everton and City game, and like that Foden was just. He's kind for a young lad. He's so confident on ball. Like he's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know some of the things he can do. But then it's like even Jesus. He's found a bit of form recently. Aguero's back now. Like you know, Kevin De Bruyne. What will happen with Gundogan? I think Gundogan's injured. I'm not sure. But Kevin De Bruyne's back now. Whether he'll start or not at weekend, I'm not sure. But I think City are clear favourites. After they beat Liverpool, I think that was it then. I think Liverpool were sort of like the last hope to sort of beat him. Sorry, Cam.
Putting all the pressure.
Yeah.
But it didn't work.
But yeah, what do you think? What's so you picked obviously your top four then. What do you reckon? Who do you reckon it'll be sort of like they're about who do you reckon will beat Champions League? I know it's a bit early to say like, but
obviously like I said, it'll probably be them in Champions League.
Really?
City, Leicester, United, Liverpool. I think Europa League will probably go to Chelsea.
Yeah. What do you reckon? So the Champions League this year, who do you reckon will win that one? Because there's a few teams like you'd think like Juventus would be up there, but obviously they got beat by Porto. You know, Barcelona got beat. Who do you reckon will be there this year?
I think the way PSG played against Barca, I think it's hard to not say them at the minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, they play like that against Barca, and they didn't even have Neymar playing.
I don't think they'll win it, but it'll be interesting to see next week. Chelsea and Atletico Madrid. You know, that is it Tuchel, or whatever his name is. Who's coming in,
Thomas Tuchel.
You know, and Chelsea have been class since he's come in. So it'll be interesting to see because that's going to be his first real test, really, isn't it? Champions League against a decent team. You know, it's
hopefully Timo Werner can come and score again.
Yeah.
Even though his score was a bit shit.
Oh yeah. Thing is though, that for a player like him, you know he can score goals. It's just a case of getting confidence back in, lad, isn't it? Really, but I think he needs to sort of do it quick, sooner rather than later, with that one.
Yeah. So what about your team? What you're predicting for United?
I think overall it's not been too bad of a season. Obviously, I'm disappointed being out at Champions League the way we did. You know, we beat Leipzig, we beat PSG, and then to lose to Besiktas or however you say it, and then we just fell off from there. Then you know there was no fight, and all we had to do was beat the next two teams, and we would have been through. You know, that was disappointing, but hopefully we can. We looked very good against Real Sociedad. Midweek Thursday, we looked very good against them, and that was away. We managed to put 4 past them, so hopefully we can sort of take that into the second leg. So I think we'll push for the Europa League again. I'd like to say we'll get to the final this year, you know, because it just sort of it confirms a Champions League spot for us, doesn't it? If we can win that.
Pretty much.
Obviously, we got knocked out of the Carabao Cup by a good City side. Bit of a disappointing game to lose.
It was a scrappy game that as well.
It was, yeah. But obviously we're still in FA Cup. We've got, is it Leicester? I want to say we just beat West Ham. I think we've got Leicester in the FA Cup. Hopefully we can beat Leicester. Obviously Leicester are a team that are in form, but hopefully we can go ahead and beat them. Then,
yeah.
And I think with the Premier League, I think it was there for taking this year.
Yeah.
We're not. I don't think we're a Premier League side. Everyone gives them grief, but I don't. And sometimes they do deserve it, but with our centre backs at the minute, I don't think we're a Premier League winning side. But we have. I think this year with the amount of fixtures and Liverpool losing Van Dijk and Gomez, not really firing all cylinders. City were vulnerable for the most part. I think we should have been, even if I just think there was games where we should have probably won it just to even go like 6-7 points clear at top of table, rather than going up by 3 and then I think we drew to Liverpool and City won and then we just went downhill from there. We just need to find that bit of consistency. I think if we're honest, I mean there's not really much of a. I don't think you can class anyone now as title contenders, but I think if we want to actually win the league, we need to put.
I'm fucking joking on what?
I think we need to sort of put a few past Newcastle because difference between like us and City, who are obviously Premier League winners by most part this year, they went to West Brom and they put 5 past them. Sheffield come to us who are relegation. And they beat us, and that's the difference between a Premier League side and a top 4 side. If that, it's disappointing.
I think you bringing Cavani in helped as well because you was kind of lacking that kind of poaching striker.
No, yeah, I think I feel sorry for Martial because since Cavani's come in, I think people let Martial off with being lazy because it's like, oh, he's just a striker, he stays upfield and all that. But since Cavani's come in, he's pushing and pressing all over the pitch, all over the defensive line. And it's kind of shown now that maybe Martial is quite a lazy player. Why, if Cavani can do it at 35, 34 years old, why can't Martial,
Exactly, yeah.
Hopefully we can bring some signings in summer. I know it'll be a bit late for this season, but I think, we're linked with Erling Haaland. We're one of the teams that are linked with Declan Rice, even though we don't really need another midfielder. We've got midfielders coming out of our asses, left, right and centre.
I think Grealish is still linked, isn't it?
Grealish is linked. Pogba's is probably on the move in summer, which is upset. It's not upsetting, but he found a bit of form, then got injured again.
Yeah, it kind of looked like this year he was trying to prove his worth, so his value did go higher, so he could go to a better club.
And he didn't, because I think with Pogba he'd want to end up back at Juventus. I think.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the team he'd want to go.
I don't see him at a team like Real Madrid or something like that.
I just don't think he'll fit, and I don't think Barca at the minute are in a bit of a slum. I don't think that's the sort of player they want. I think they'll want a top quality striker, to go alongside Messi and Griezmann, in terms of transfers for us, because obviously you're linked with Mbappe. There's talks of Erling Haaland, he'd be a phenomenal signing if he could perform in the Prem. That'd be quality. We're linked with a couple of centre backs, which I think we need. I think we do need that. I don't think they'll ever get rid of Maguire because of the price tag that we bought him for, which is fair enough. But I prefer Maguire playing when he's got Bailly next to him because Bailly's quick and strong, where Maguire has no pace. He is strong, but he's got nil pace. So I think if we can buy a centre back that's like that and has a bit more go forward. I saw the other day, don't know how true it is, but we're linked with Sergio Ramos. So
it's one of those, isn't it? Like you want to get someone a bit younger. Obviously, Ramos is still good at his age.
Oh yeah. If you look at the rest of our team, it is quite a young team. All our front three are young, 22. I think's Rashford, Martial, 22, 23. Obviously Greenwood, Dan James, Cavani's obviously old, but you need a bit of experience there somewhere. I think Maguire has plenty of experience. Maybe not in winning finals and semi-finals, but he's played in World Cups. He's played in a few teams. I don't think he's a captain. I think Fernandez is our captain. He pushes everyone forward. If they make a mistake, he lets them know about it. He doesn't bitch and moan about a decision. But yeah, that's kind of.
So are you picking for top four?
I'm gonna go with City. I'm gonna go with. You're gonna hate me on this. I'm gonna go with City, United, Leicester, and Chelsea. Now the only reason why I'm saying Chelsea is because obviously I know they could fall off anytime soon, but I just think with Chelsea defensively they've been very good recently. And going forward, they seem to have found a bit of form. I know Timo Werner isn't scoring, but like Mason Mount, Giroud seems to find the net when he's playing all the time, whether it's poaching goal or what. I just think that. Yeah, I don't know. I think.
Been an interesting one, won't it?
Yeah, because you don't want to write Liverpool off because of how good they actually are or how good they can be.
Yeah.
But. It's just the defence worries me, and with
that's it.
With Henderson having to play in centre back more and Fabinho, I know Fabinho's played in centre back, but their midfield just isn't as compact anymore, and isn't as when Henderson's there, he's like a solid rock, and nothing gets past him. Yeah. He's always there. But when you've got Wijnaldum, who is a quality player, Thiago is a good player, I just don't think it's as good without the likes of Henderson in there. And then you've got to think, Jota was in amazing form coming in, like when you signed him and he was backing up. But yeah, that's my top four. Yeah. It's out of Chelsea and Liverpool for fourth place, I think. I think West Ham will get Europa League, which will be ace for them then. I think that'll be quality for them. Because is it only one team that goes into Europa League?
Yeah, well, it depends. There's 2 spots come available depending on who wins. I think it's the Carabao Cup or FA Cup.
Oh, right. Carabao Cup. They always change it, don't they? Because if United win Europa League, we get Champions League.
Yeah, it's like one of the cups.
Yeah.
If they win one of the cups, then I think it's the FA Cup. It's the FA Cup.
FA Cup.
Yeah.
So Liverpool can't get it through that. So in terms of all that, obviously we've talked about signings and that now for both clubs. What do you think for next season? Obviously summer transfer comes around. Do you think Liverpool will have to? Well, it's a stupid question this, but do you think they'll want to win as much as they can next year? Because hopefully it'll be a bit more of a normal season.
Yeah, I think it's one of those, isn't it? It's one of them freak seasons from this year.
Yeah.
So they want to get back to obviously trying to be the best club in England again. Yeah. But it's just one of those. Time will tell to see how fit the defenders actually are.
Do you think that with Liverpool and obviously not really bought many players, do you reckon in the summer? I know we talked about Mbappe and what would you rather him spend the 200 mil on? But do you reckon they'll go a bit, not mental, but do you reckon they'll go on a bit of a spending spree in summer just to try and sort of make sure every position's somewhat solid for them, just in case?
I think more than the signings they bring in, I think it'd be interesting to see who they sell. Because there's a few players that maybe he doesn't want to keep hold of.
What's your opinion on sort of Bobby Firmino then? I know he is a quality striker on his day, but he's not been as good as he has been. He's not been as good as he was last season, especially. He shows glimpses, but then
I think the thing with him, people kind of like what he does. He's more like the support centre forward than he's actually scoring goals.
He's like that holding
obviously he can still score and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's what goes unnoticed, like all the assists and the key passes that he brings.
Yeah. It's because like the thing with him is like I think you've said it before. You know, you said like it bugs you when people say like, oh, he's not scoring goals for us and stuff, but that's not the type of striker he is, though, is it? You know, he's that holding player, and he's the one that sort of feeds Salah and Mane, and that's why they've been so good. You know, because some of the in the FA Cup, the pass that he gave to Salah for Salah's first goal was unreal. You know, he carved the defence up, but
that's it though. Like, he brings more key passes to the table than obviously the goals.
Yeah.
Obviously, that can affect the team if a centre forward's not scoring, but it's more him supporting Mane and Salah and stuff like that, getting inside rather than him actually trying to score.
No, yeah. There's like going on to like other teams and that. Like, has there been a team this year that's sort of like that's impressed you? Like a team that's like you've enjoyed watching more? Because obviously we both watch. I watch United, you watch Liverpool. But is there teams this year that you've kind of sort of thought, oh, I'll give them a watch loved mind? Like last year, we both loved watching Wolves, didn't we? You know, like we both love watching Wolves. Like, but is there a team that sort of impressed you to the point where you think, actually, I'm going to watch them because I don't mind watching them?
No, I enjoy watching like West Ham and Aston Villa.
Yeah,
I think compared to last season, Aston Villa's been class, obviously, with the signings they brought in and stuff like that. And obviously West Ham, ever since Lingard's gone, he's looked all right though, and it's interesting to see how he's coming on there as well.
No, definitely. I was going to say, I think West Ham and Aston Villa, because Aston Villa, they're just an exciting team to watch. You know, they'll score goals, and it's you know, and I think
Ollie Watkins is like
Ollie Watkins, Jack Grealish. You know, we're quite a fan of Tyrone Mings, aren't we? Centre back, like, you know, so but yeah, and then West Ham is just I just think they're a team that they don't have big names. I know they have Rice, but they're just
it's one of those, isn't it? Like West Ham, it's like it's a key example of how you have to give managers time in a team. Obviously, Moyes, it wasn't the best when he got there, but obviously he's changed the team around. He's picked the players that he actually wants in the team. Yeah. And look where he's at now.
And Moyes had already been there, hadn't he? And then he got I don't know whether he got fired or he walked out, sort of thing. But he's already been there before. He's come in, but I think he's able to, because it's a young group of lads. He can kind of play how he wants to play, and I think that's what helps him. You know, and then you've got that Jared Bowen, Fornals. You know, Mikel Antonio when he stays fit. He's some player, can score goals for him.
And Villa's keeper, that Martinez, that they brought in, he's been class.
Is he the one that they brought in?
He's probably one of the best signings they got.
Is he the one that brought in from Arsenal? Yeah. Because he was good. Because Leno was injured and there was talks, weren't there, about when Leno comes back, like what's going to happen.
Yeah, what they're going to do.
But he seems to have done all right for him, hasn't he? Really. So, can't argue at that.
Yeah. I think if he's one of the top signings, as well as Watkins.
Yeah. That's the thing with Watkins, though. He's still a young lad. So hopefully he can keep a bit of form. And, you know, he might get poached, but we'll have to see. But yeah, have you got anything else to ask? Anything?
No, that pretty much sums it up for our season so far.
Let us know down below, guys, any of your suggestions. You know, we're trying to keep sort of different videos out. So we'll do rugby league, then we'll do like footy like this, and then if anything big happens, we'll do American football. But all the best, guys. Take care. We hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment down below what you think, like the video, and from me, all the best. Peace.